You just played in an AU tournament or an NCAA live event. Maybe it's a big showcase and you're expecting your phone to light up, a few texts from coaches, maybe a DM, just something in your inbox, but instead, nothing. Crickets. That's silence. I know it's hard, but here's the truth most players and parents don't want to hear. This is the moment where most recruiting journeys stall out. I'm here to make sure yours doesn't. I'm Coach Keith Mondillo, and I've been a college basketball coach and director of athletics for over 30 years. I've coached in 9 NCAA tournaments and won over 500 collegiate games, and I've recruited and coached players at every level. What I'm about to share with you is not theory, it's what works. And it's what I've seen over the last 3 decades in college athletics. Before we dive in, I want to make sure you grab something I just released, and it's designed specifically for athletes and families who are navigating the life periods right now. It's called 10 Action Steps to Take When Coaches Don't Contact You After a Live Event. It's my free giveaway. It's 4 pages long, and it gives you action steps. So it's brand new, and it's built for exactly this moment. So when the gym lights turn off, the tournament's over, and the silence hits harder than expected. And whether you play basketball or you're a student athlete in any other sport, this is a free resource. It will help you. It'll help you reset your approach after a quiet weekend. It'll rebuild your momentum, and it'll take control of your communication strategies. It's completely free. It's linked below, and it's the first thing I'd hand out to any athlete or parent coming off a live weekend who's asking that question, what do I do now? Grab it now. So let's dive into part 1 of this video. Let's get real about the silence. Not hearing from coaches after an event doesn't mean you're not talented. It means you need a strategy. And the truth is, most players don't get recruited from just playing in one event. Coaches are overwhelmed. They have hundreds of teams to track and thousands of names to filter through. And if you're not proactive, you will get lost in the shuffle. 100%. That's happened to my son when he played AAU, and that's happened to the young men who I coach when they played AAU. So, what do we want to talk about first? So, step 1 is an honest self-assessment. This is where the transformation starts. You got to ask yourself these hard questions. How did I actually play? Was I consistent enough? Did I impact the game beyond scoring? Was I coachable on the bench? What was my body language like? Did I defend, rebound, talk, and hustle? And most importantly, did I perform at the level I say I want to play at? If you're aiming at the Division I level, did you look like a Division I player? A lot of athletes want the level, but they're not currently playing at it. That's not a knock. It's a challenge to level up. Get film. Ask a coach who's seen college talent. Be ready for some honesty. Step 2, you got to master your communication plan. Now, let's talk about something that most players and parents completely overlook. Did you do the work to get seen? Once again, you have to ask yourself, did I email coaches my full schedule before the tournament? Did I include my jersey number, my team name, the gym, the time, and the court? Did I send a message during the event after I had a strong game? Did I DM a coach respectfully if I didn't have their email? So here's a personal story, and this has happened several times over my career. I once found a kid on a backcourt in the Atlantic City Convention Center. And it's happened at Spooky Nook too. They were on court 24, 25, and it was about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. There was no one else watching at this court. But I only went there because that player emailed me her schedule and followed up after her first game. She wasn't on the shoe circuit. She wasn't even on the top court. And as we all know, the top players and the circuit teams play on the wood courts at these events. But she communicated. She wanted to be found, and I found her. And that's what I call recruiting in 2025. I mean, that happened a few years ago, but that's what happens today. So, step 3, evaluate where you're playing and how to use it to your advantage. Now, let's be real. You might not be able to control your AAU schedule. Maybe your team isn't in the biggest exposure events, and that's okay because your communication can close that gap. I'm going to ask you again, are you sending your schedule in advance? Are you following up mid-tournament? Are you tagging your team or game clips on social media? Don't let your tournament situation become your excuse. Use your platform, whatever that may be, to maximize your visibility. Trust me, I've been to several tournaments that were not exposure tournaments because a player emailed me and myself or one of my assistants drove to that event to see them play. It happens. Step 4, stop ignoring schools that are actually recruiting you. And here's something I see all the time. A player comes up to me, whether it's a student that I'm working with or just in general, and say, Coach, I'm not getting recruited. Then I ask the main question, have you heard from any Division 2 or 3 programs? And the answer is, yeah, but I'm looking to play Division 1. Well, let me tell you something. You're not being under-recruited. You're probably being unrealistic. The schools that have reached out to you, they might be the right fit. They might offer the academic major you want. They might give you a real playing time experience as a freshman. But because it's not the level that you hoped for, you're ignoring them. Fit matters more than a logo or a reputation. Relationships matter more than hype. And if you're not even responding to coaches who are reaching out, you're choosing to stay stuck. Let's talk about updating your film immediately. Let me be crystal clear. If you play this weekend and you're not updating your film immediately, you're losing momentum. Coaches have short windows of time, especially now, right after live periods. They want to evaluate quickly. They want to see recent videos. If your last film is from last winter or last season's high school games, you're definitely behind. Here's exactly what to do right now. It's Monday after a live weekend. Number 1, pull the game footage. Text your coach or program director and ask for the raw game footage or links. If it's hosted on like Baller TV or Huddle or any other platform, download the full game and mark timestamps of your best plays. Number 2, you have to clip 5 or 10 impactful plays. And just don't include your highest scoring moment. Show yourself hustling, playing defense, passing, your off-the-ball movement, and any type of communication that stands out. Coaches are looking for well-rounded players. They don't want mixtapes. And a big tip for you is open with a title screen that includes your name, your graduation year, your height and position, any contact info, email, your phone number, any social media, and then your jersey number, your AAU and high school team. Number 3, keep the video under 3 minutes. That's a definite. Cut out the music, cut out the slow-mo effects. Just show the plays. Quick transitions, tight editing, no fluff. Number 4, upload it to YouTube. Title it clearly. Jane Smith, 2026 guard, AAU spring highlights. Again, add your contact info in the description. You can include your stats for the tournament, especially if it adds value. Number 5, use this particular email template to share it. Your subject line, your name, highlight clips from this weekend, and identify the weekend. Hi, Coach. I just want to follow up after this weekend's tournament. I've attached a short highlight video with clips from my games. I'd love your feedback if you have a moment. Thank you for your time and consideration, and then your signature page. A final thought is Just remember, film is your second voice in the recruiting process. If your in-game performance was your opening statement, your highlight video is your closing argument. Make it strong, make it sharp, and make it now. And then use your network. Let me say this very plainly. You are not supposed to do this alone. But, and this is important, you also can't expect anyone to do it for you. That's the tension most student athletes live with. Either they carry the entire recruiting process on their back, or they expect an AAU coach, high school coach, or parent to handle it. Neither works on its own. You need a team approach. And here's how to activate your network immediately. First, talk to your high school coach. Ask them to send an email, make a call to a few programs you're targeting, provide them with a list of schools, academic information, and your updated film. Make it easy for them to advocate for you. So, just a little insight. When I get a note from a high school coach, especially one that I know and trust, even if the kid is not on top of our radar, it gets my attention. Because relationship matters. Number 2, ask your AAU coach to make a few calls. They're often more connected to the college scene than you realize. But they also won't do the legwork unless you ask. And unless you show some initiative. Tell them specific schools you're interested in and what you've already done to connect. Leverage your circle. Do you know someone who played college basketball? Do you know someone who played at the institution you were looking at? Ask them what worked for them in the process. You have a trainer who knows a few coaches? Ask if they'd watch your film and make an intro. A family friend who's in college athletics? Let them know what you're trying to accomplish. The key is networking. It's not begging. It's about connecting the dots between your effort and your opportunity. Coaches know that athletes who ask for help are usually the ones who also follow through. You drive the process, but every driver needs a GPS. Use your network. Build your team. Don't wait around, but don't isolate either. So some action steps if you didn't get contacted. And again, that's okay. That's the purpose of this video. Here's exactly what to do next. Number 1, self-assess your performance. Honestly, update your film with this weekend's clips. Follow up with all the schools you reached out to before the event. Send 5 to 10 emails, new emails to schools that are the right fit. Number 5, respond to every coach who's shown you interest, even if you're still unsure about that school. 6, ask your coaches to make some phone calls for you. 7, keep improving your game and your communication. I can't emphasize that enough. 8, download the 10 action steps to take when coaches don't contact you after a live event. It's listed below. 9, if you're a parent, don't panic. Stay engaged and support your student athlete. 10, don't blame the system. Learn how to work within it. Recruiting's a journey. The players who succeed, they're the ones who respond to the silence with action. This is from a college coach to an athlete or parent. I know it hurts when the phone doesn't ring, but this is not the end. It's a checkpoint. You can quit right now, or you can pivot. I've seen too many great athletes fall through the cracks because they waited around. Be the kid who fights for their future. Be the parent who helps build a plan. And if you need help building that plan, I have resources that can guide you. So before you click away, I want to make sure you take the most important step after watching this video. Again, I'm going to say it. Grab the brand new, completely free 10 action steps to take when coaches don't contact you after a live event. This isn't just for basketball players. If you're a student athlete in any sport, soccer, baseball, lacrosse, softball, this guide will help you regroup. It'll help you reflect and re strategize when you don't hear from the coaches you were hoping for. What you get in this is a real action plan. This is not generic advice. I give you an email example to use immediately, and you get to reset your mindset and recruiting strategy. Download it, print it, highlight it, start checking things off. I have a list from step after step after step. It's 100% free because I know how critical this stage of recruiting is for athletes who feel like they've been overlooked. And if you're a parent watching this, I suggest you check out the Parents Recruiting Survival Guide. It's a step-by-step roadmap I wish every family had from the beginning, so you can support your athlete without stressing, second-guessing every move. And all the links to this are listed below. And if you think this helped, drop a comment. Let me know where you're at in the recruiting journey or what video you want to see next. I try and read every single comment. You don't have to figure this out alone. Let's keep moving forward together. I'm Keith Mondillo, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.